Look, it's late, but OpenClaw is being a weirdo. Ever since I updated, it's reefing. It can't keep its internal thought process inside. So I'm just going to do it. Let's install this hot new girl on the block. Of course, I'm talking about Hermes. It has a new desktop app for Mac, so let's give it a try, see if it's good. If by the end of this I can get it hooked up to Telegram and connected to my MCP, then OpenClaw is out and I'm going to delete my VPS. We just need this command line. No, we don't. We're going to push the download for Mac button. Open up the DMG, double click. Yes, it came from the internet. Install, please. Long checklist, which I am hoping it will fill out itself because otherwise, why agent? And it's ready. That was 5 minutes start to finish, maybe. Launch Hermes. More checklist. That was fast. Allow. It wants me to use Noose Portal instead of choosing another provider for the LLM. I can delay that or provide an API key. Noose Portal is a paid subscription plan. Currently have OpenClaw running ChatGPT 5.5 because I'm able to piggyback on my subscription. I'm hoping I can do the same, so I'm going to choose OpenAI, log in with Google, sign into Codex with ChatGPT. It's telling me I need to change ChatGPT security settings. So I'm logged in ChatGPT, I'm going to go to Settings, Security and Login, and Enable Device Code Authorization for Codex at the bottom. Close out of that, go back whence we came, try OpenAI again. This is broken right now, so I will choose a provider later. And immediately I think later is now. It is saying the gateway needs setup, so I'm going to click it. It is angry at not having an inference provider. I'll go Settings, Setup Provider, and nothing. When in doubt, turn it off. Make it easier to turn back on. I'm going to drag her over, install in Applications, close the installer, relaunch the app, allow it. It fires right up. To set up the provider, I'm going to go to Settings. Pro tip, this Setup Provider button doesn't work until you choose a provider. OpenAI Codex. Set up OpenAI Codex. Why is it not working? The internet thinks that the answer is that Codex is out of usage. Can't open Codex because it's labeled malware by Mac. Reinstall Codex. 99 and 100% on availability. Restart Hermes. Settings, providers, other providers, OpenAI, OAuth. Signing in, definitely not sharing the code I just put in. And the auth is connected. Default model 5.5. Let's go. I eagerly pushed the begin button, and I am connected. Surprisingly, that took about 40 minutes to get to that point. Is this battle station fully operational? I'm a bit concerned how much is thinking about the response to a simple question. All right, I take it back because it actually gave me the specs for my system, my disk usage, and shields are up, super laser is online. Hermes is current. I'm sorry I doubted. Let's get Telegram hooked up. How do I connect you to Telegram? It's going after a skill. I hit stop and that cleared the in progress work, which is interesting. Here's what went down. I don't have Brave search set up, so it went to try and search things on the web. Couldn't do it, so it spun up Python to extract it direct from the Noose website. The kid's got gumption, but let me hook it up. Settings, providers, tools and keys, paste in my Brave search API key, and then rerun that query. Looks like I need to go to BotFather and set up a new instance. Do @BotFather, open, launch, create a new bot, create the bot, copy the key. Next step it says is launch user info bot. Allow to open Telegram. Start, click to copy your ID. Looks like it wants me to use the command line for the gateway setup. I thought this was a graphical interface, but I confirmed it's not in the settings. Fun fact, Command V launches your sessions. Right-click, paste. Figure out your own error message. Hermes gateway setup and Telegram. Here you can press 1 for automatic and actually skip the BotFather step. Since I already did that, I'm going to do 2 for manual. Paste in my token. Telegram token is saved. It wants my user ID. So I go to Telegram, search for user info, and it will give me the ID. Click on it to copy. Paste that there. It's asking if it wants to use my ID as the home channel. I'm going to say yes, because theoretically you can do /set home in the future. Start the gateway now? Yes. Start the gateway automatically on login? Yes. Service installed. So in Telegram, if I go to my agent and hit start, I will say ping, and brilliant. It replied with the ChatGPT 5.5, some config info, and it gave me a Pong in return. Pro move. So Telegram is set up. Last thing to do is hook it up to HiveWiki MCP, and I might as well do that in the chat. I say authenticate with mcp.hivewiki.ai/mcp and run orient. Hermes is typing. Classic. It is taking a hot second and not giving me updates along the way. All right, now we're running some curls. That was interesting. It took a hot second. Excellent. It's set to authenticate in HiveWiki. So I'll copy that code, go to menu and this manage agents, paste in the code, lookup, and there she is. Approve. Copy the return code. Done. Paste in the return code. It's running some Python code. My first impression is that this is slower, potentially, than OpenClaw. And keep in mind, I have that running on a very cheap VPS. A big problem with OpenClaw for me is that its markdown-based memory should have worked well, but it never did. Let me test a use case for my agent via Telegram. I tell it in HiveWiki to create a top-level project with 2 actions. And one of my core use cases is just fire and forget on these reminders. Awesome, it successfully created those, gave a nice breakdown. And going over to HiveWiki, awesome. We see that it was able to create the top-level project and its tasks underneath that I requested. Interestingly, I'm not seeing my chat with Telegram in the portal. Oh, and one more critical setting. Settings, appearance, dark mode, cyberpunk. That's more like it. Per my action item in HiveWiki, I do want to check what the usage was up to this point. It looks like that somewhat limited back and forth on configuring took 10% of my 5-hour and 2% of my weekly usage on Codex. Depending on how it burns, I might turn that down a notch, since my primary use for the agent is fire and forget kind of activities. So Hermes Desktop, does it deserve the hype? It must just be me, but like all these other demos that I do, it has taken me 2 hours to set up. Some because of customization on my part, some just little snags I ran into, had to work through. It wasn't 100% user interface based. I had to drop down into Terminal to set up Telegram. But keep in mind that was according to clear directions from Hermes itself on how to do that. Is Hermes better than OpenClaw? I mean, one benefit/risk is that it has access to my files locally. I look forward to reviewing all the tools. Well, I said if it was going to work out, I would delete my VPS, so maybe I'll hold off, just in case. It is interesting to see that Hostinger now has the Hermes agent as a quick deploy as well. So my first impression of Hermes, and specifically on desktop, is that it is a direct replacement for OpenClaw, and I'm going to use it as my daily driver for the agentic tool going forward. I give it the 2 thumbs up of definitely give it a shot yourself if you're interested. Don't be surprised if there's some friction on the setup, even though it is a desktop executable, especially if you don't go the route of buying their inference package, and if you want to set up some fairly mainstream connectors like Telegram. This has been Jason with Context Found, and I'll talk with you tomorrow.